Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, Salam Kebajikan. Dear Miss Sri Listianingsih, dear Mrs. Benedicta Freswinda Putri Kinantiwinoto, and my dear all viewers who are watching this speech wherever you are. First of all, let us express our gratitude to the presence of God. Because of His blessing and grace, we are still given health in this pandemic COVID-19 situation. I'm also grateful for the opportunity that given to me so that I can give a speech even though it is virtually. Introducing myself, Theodore Amadeo from 11 Science 9, Absent 33, will deliver a speech with the theme Treat to Ibulek Sosbud Hankam within the framework of Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. In this speech, I will convey about the lack of love for the homeland as a threat to the integrity of Indonesia. Why do I want to convey about this? Because Indonesia is a large and diverse nation. This nation has around 1,340 ethnic groups, 718 regional languages, and various cultures. Therefore, a sense of love for the homeland must exist in every heart of the Indonesian people. In other words, love for the homeland is undisputed for this nation. Without a sense of love for the homeland, our nation will certainly be divided and the goals of this nation will never be achieved. Currently, at the beginning of February 22, there are still many actions that do not reflect love for the homeland, such as being consumptive toward foreign products, being racist or discriminatory between fellow Indonesians, being disrespectful between religious communities, and being apathetic to Indonesian politics. This action won't develop our nation. In fact, without unity, regression and destruction will be waiting for us in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, Indonesia is a very diverse nation. Therefore, love for the homeland has a big role in uniting our nation. What is the meaning of love for the homeland? Love for the homeland is a feeling of high love or pride for their homeland and not looking down on the other nation. According to the Indonesian National Encyclopedia, love for the homeland is a nationalism that grows because of the similarity of faith and history, as well as the interest to live together as an independent, united, sovereign, democratic, and developed nation in one nation and state. Because of that, a sense of nationalism must always be in the heart of Indonesian people to achieve the goal of this nation. You may be wondering why a sense of nationalism can be very important in the life of nation and state. Because a sense of nationalism is a way to unite the diversity that exists in Indonesia. Of course, we know that unity will not come by itself, but it takes an attitude to accept the differences that exist. The attitude to accept differences also doesn't come by itself, but requires a high attitude of nationalism for every Indonesian peoples. If everyone can accept the differences, it is certain that Indonesia will become a strong nation with all the diversity that exists. However, the reality was far different from what was expected. The attitude of Indonesian people's nationalism has decreased from time by time. This can be seen through research data conducted by a social institution, which shows that there are 58.15% of students who hold radical views. Not only that, other research data also states that 25% of students and 21% of teachers believed that Pancasila is no longer relevant to today's lives. In addition, 52% of students also agree with violence for the sake of religious solidarity. These views must be fixed to maintain the unity of Indonesia. Radical views will view that other religions or ethnic groups are not true and deserve to be hated, which is totally wrong. The view that states about Pancasila is no longer relevant will try to change the ideology into a new ideology that they think is appropriate. Ladies and gentlemen, the regression of nationalism that occurs is caused by various aspects. I will describe 5 of them. The first cause is globalization and modernization. Globalization makes the Indonesian people not proud enough of their own culture and choose to like other nations' cultures. One of the examples is many of young people prefer K-pop over their own local culture. The second cause is the lack of education about Pancasila and the state constitution. This cause is related to the third cause, which is the dogmatic of state ideology. Many people only memorize about ideology but do not know how to practice it in their daily life. As a result, they feel that Pancasila is no longer relevant to today's lives. The fourth and the fifth causes are disappointing government performance, and the practice of nationalism is just a formality. This disappointment will arise when they hear news about government officials taking state money for their personal pleasure. The diminished sense of nationalism from time by time could make a huge impact for the Indonesian people. The sovereignty of this nation can be threatened because national security will be weak and easily penetrated by other nations. The diminished sense of nationalism can also lead to conflict between the Indonesian people due to their intolerance toward existing differences. The worst thing that can happen is the destruction of Indonesia. Currently, the Indonesian people are not being colonized physically, but mentally and ideology. So, what can we do to solve this problem? Instilling a sense of nationalism in the younger generation is the best solution, because the younger generation holds the fate of Indonesia in the future. If the younger generation has a high sense of nationalism, the future of Indonesia can be guaranteed to be bright. The strategy that we can use is to hold an event that combines modernization with Indonesian culture. This can be seen in a song called Lati, which combines R&B and gamelan music genre. Batik patterns can also be made on clothes that are trendy for the younger generation. In that way, the younger generation will be interested in learning and introducing Indonesian culture to the world. Problem can be solved. I believe that Indonesia will be stronger when each people have a high sense of nationalism. No nation will be able to defeat the sovereignty of this nation. Therefore, a sense of nationalism must always be instilled in the heart of Indonesian people. If we don't start, then who? So from this speech, I sincerely ask all viewers and all Indonesian people around the world to love our homeland Indonesia more than before to improve this nation. Finally, there is no unbroken bronze, no unbroken glass, and no innocent human being. Therefore, I apologize if there are words that are less pleasing to your heart. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, Om, Santi, Santi, Santi Om. Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan.